Hello everyone, welcome to this week's exercise at home for IBD superheroes. We're going to start today's practice in child's pose. If you've not done child's pose before, I'm going to give you some options first. It might be worthwhile putting some nice music on, something relaxing, having a pillow close, just to get you into the mood ready for today's flow. So for child's pose, there are two options. We can do a narrow-legged child pose, which means knees together, feet down and flat, bum sitting on the heels and simply resting forward in this position. You may find that what you want to do is rest the head onto the hands here in this position, or if you can, bring the hands down by the side and rest the head onto the knees and onto the floor here. If you find this too uncomfortable, you might want to put a pillow just underneath here to support, and you may want to come down and rest onto your elbows here, your head into the palms here. If this isn't an option, then you can take your wide leg child's pose, wide leg position, making sure the toes touch, bring the toes down, sitting your bum onto your heels, taking your legs as wide as you can, looking forward and starting to walk the hands down. Now it may be that this is enough here and you need to support again your forehead. This is a really nice position to be in. If not, ideally, bring hands and head towards the mat. Rest the forehead onto the mat. Rest the hands, let the shoulders relax, and really ground yourself down onto the floor in this position. Make sure you're comfortable. Make sure the bum is sat back onto the heels. Make sure you're pushing slightly in to get that position, and then relax down into this child's pose. So to start the practice, just notice your normal breathing. Not having to think about the breath, just naturally in and out. Notice your heart rate, notice how you feel here today. You might want to go for the slower options in today's practice. You may want to go for the harder options. Go with what option feels right for you. Bring your awareness to the breath now and take a deep breath in through the nose. Expand the belly. Breathe out through the nose. Bring the belly towards the spine. So you're inhaling through the nose. As you do this, you're pushing your belly out to make room for all the air. As you exhale, you bring your belly button towards your spine, so pulling your belly button to exhale any unwanted air, any stagnant air. And continue to take these nice deep breaths in through the nose and out through the nose in your own time, filling the belly and releasing the belly. Take 4 more breaths. And on your next inhale, walk the hands up towards your body. If you can, to start with, let's try and stretch through the feet. Bring your toes underneath, so tuck your toes underneath, and see if you can sit back onto your toes in this position. Make sure every single toe is having contact with the floor or the mat, and just notice what that stretch feels like under the soles of the feet. Our feet carry us all through the day, and actually we forget to stretch them. This can be a really nice stretch, so just take some little rocks from side to side so that every single toe is getting some pressure through. Really feel that stretch. Lovely. Rolling forward now into your on all fours position. We're going to start to warm up through the wrists just to get them warmed up for today's practice. So spreading the hands nice and wide, make sure the weight's through the hands. Just bring your weight forward and backwards. Whatever movement you feel you need to warm up into the wrists. So take that weight forward, then release back. Forward, maybe come a little bit further back like you're going into a child's pose. Forwards and backwards. Notice the tightness in the wrist at the moment. Let's get these wrists nice and warm. Maybe taking the wrist out to the side so the fingers are pointing to either side of the mat. Maybe rock here from side to side, putting the weight through again, the wrists in a different direction. Notice the warmth that's building up. Bring the hands back round. And we're going to start warming up with some cat and cow positions. So make sure in this on all four position, wrist is in line with elbow, in line with shoulder, hips in line with knee. So really nice and grounded. Make sure you're pushing through the hands here. If you're an elbow locker, just try and unlock them. Try and do it so that your inner crease so your elbows are facing each other. So we're going to take a round of cat-cow, stretch through the spine. You're going to inhale, look up to the ceiling. As you look up, tilt your pelvis so your belly button is looking down, your pelvis is down. Arch up through the back. As you exhale, round, tucking the belly in, lifting the belly button and arching through the top here. Looking and gazing at your thighs, at your pelvis, maybe bringing the chin to the chest. As you inhale, breathe in. Tuck the pelvis back, make sure the shoulders are down so we're not rounding, and look up in this position. And I want you to do 4 more of these in your own time with your own breath for me. So as you round up, you exhale. Really push through the hands, push through the feet, push through to get that arch. And as you inhale, look up, tilt that pelvis, engage the pelvic floor, squeeze everything in. And as you exhale again, round back. Tilt the pelvis, pubic symphysis, the pelvic bone should be pointing forwards. And as you inhale, come back up again. 1 more in your own time. Exhale, fold forward. Fantastic. Bring yourself to this neutral spine now. We're going to work through a little bit of the core today. We're going to take the left leg backwards here. We're then going to pulse the left leg 5. So up and down, up and down. 2, 1, and release. Now we're going to take that same leg up. Now we've engaged the spine and the back and the glutes. You're then going to see if you can take that right hand forward. If not, stay in this position, holding this leg up. And now I want you to take the right hand forward and just hold in this position, nice and straight for me. Stretch the hands back, maybe point the toes so you're really stretching through. Hold it, release down. We're going to swap sides. Take the right leg back, let's get everything engaged first. Stomach in, lift that leg, pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Now take the right leg back up for me. Lift the left hand if you can. If not, stay in this position. Left hand forward. Stretch through the left fingers. Maybe stretch through the right toes here in this nice position. Really important not to fall here. Try and tuck the core in this position. And hold here. Release down. We're going to go for that again on the other side. A little bit quicker this time. Left leg, right arm lifts. Hold, release. Left leg, left arm, right leg lifts. Oh, here we go. And release. Right arm, left leg. And 1 more on the other side. I'm going to get it right this time. left arm and right leg, and hold it there and release down. Lovely. So we should be feeling nice and warm up in this position. Okay, I'm going to get you to roll onto your side now for me. Now, if you did week 1 of the exercise class, you'll know exactly where you should be feeling this. I'm sorry, but we're going to work into the glutes again and into the hips. So we're going to do 3 different exercises, 20 reps of each. At any point, if you just want to stop, you stop. The advantage of being recorded, you can just pause it. If you're crazy and want to pause it and do another set, you can do. So you've got some options here. So come into this sideline position, onto your right. Take your right arm out in front of you and rest your head onto your arm as if it was a pillow. I think I've been in the sun too much today. Okay. Make sure the knees are bent at 90 degrees. When you look down, your heels should be in line with your bum. Now you can either use your hand for support here or place the hand onto the hip. Really important with this exercise, you should be feeling it in the hip and in the bum. So it's a very small, subtle movement. So what you're going to do, you're going to keep your feet together. You're going to lift the top knee away. So we call this a clam. You're going to release back down. And we're going to go for 20 of these. So let's go. 1, 2, 3. Nice and slow. 4, 5. Try not to roll it back. 6, 7. Small movement. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Should be feeling start to shake now. 13, 14, 15, 16. Well done, guys. 17, 18, 19, 20, and release. So you might need to give yourself a little bit of a shake out from this. Well, the next one, we're going to do exactly the same, except this time you're going to lift both feet off the floor and we're going to go for a larger open with the clam, okay? If this is too much, just stick with what we did before, but if you feel able to, lift both feet up, make sure you keep the ankles together, and we're going to go for 20. So 1, 2, 3. Make sure you're not rolling backwards. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Keep going in your own time. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Should be burning. 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20, and release. Well done. Oh, give it a shake out. So if you want to stay in this position and just sort of have a rest, you can. If not, straighten both legs out for me now. Make sure you're nice and straight, like you're in a straight line for me. You place the hands down in front to support you. We're going to go for 20 leg lifts. So what I'm going to get you to do is you're going to point your toe towards your face. So what we're doing, we're flexing the foot up. You're going to lift and lower. For 2, for 3, for 4, for 5, for 6, for 7, for 8, for 9, for 10, oh, it's burning, for 11, for 12, your bum will thank me, 13, 14, and your core, 15, squeeze that belly button in, 17, 18, 19, 20, lovely. Give that leg a shake out. We're going to move on to the opposite side now. So I'm going to change position and we're going to repeat that all again. If you're crazy, pause the video, you can do another set. But if you're not and you want to just do another set with me on this side, that's brilliant. So onto your left side now. Left arm out straight. Use your head onto your arm as a pillow here. Bend through both legs. Maybe place the hand here for support or onto the hips. I like to place it here because it stops me rolling backwards and cheating. So I sort of brace myself here to stop me rolling. So it's quite nice to put it onto here. Okay, ankles together. We're going to go for 20 of them clamshells. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, doing great, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now you know what you're doing. We're going to go straight into it. Lift them feet off. We're going to go for 20. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's burning. 10. Come on, halfway. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Come on, we're nearly there. 17, 18, 19, 20, and release. Whew. Give your body a bit of a shake out. Maybe smack the hip a little bit. Right. You can either rest here, or if you're feeling up to it, take the leg out straight, point that toe towards your face, so flex the foot up, maybe place the hand here for support, and we're going to go for them 20 straight leg lifts. For 1, 2, make sure you're putting everything in so that whole leg's engaged. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, these are easier, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, keep that toe pointing in, 17, engage the thigh, 18, 19, and 20. Lovely, and release everything back out and bring yourself back into that on all four position. Okay, once you're in your on all four position, we're going to start by going into our downward dog. So as we've done before in previous videos, let's tuck the toes. To start with, we're just going to ground through the hands, through the toes, and we're going to engage the core. So lift that belly button up and just hover the knees off the floor for me. So in this position here, everything's engaged. From here, you're then going to push the hips up towards the sky, into your downward facing dog, your upside down V. So starting from the hands, make sure all the fingers are spread. Make sure the weight's not all the way through, but slightly back so you can lift your fingers up. If you have had mobility, make sure you're not locking your elbows. Make sure there's a slight bend in them. Make sure the shoulder blades are nice and flat. Make sure the pelvis is pointing towards the back of the room. So making sure that your pelvic floor is engaged, so squeeze the pelvic floor muscle in. If you've got really tight hamstrings, you might be here. That is absolutely fine. The aim of this is to be as active as you can. It's not about just stretching and hanging out. It's about being active and doing what's right for your body. So now you're in this position, just start to take the dog for a walk. So bring the heels off, one at a time, and just walk through. Lovely. Start to warm everything up. Fantastic. Okay. We're going to start a little bit of our flow practice. So you can either walk or jump to the top of your mat. You're going to come into a forward fold. So here, make sure there's a bend in the legs. Make sure the belly is touching the thighs if you can. And just relax down in this position. Your first forward fold maybe of the day. So relax the head. Make sure the crown is relaxed, facing the mat. Relax the arms. We're not going for a big stretch here. We're just a simple forward fold. Maybe take a ragdoll. Take your hands to either side of your elbow and just start to sway from side to side. Make sure your belly button's pulled up, your button's engaged. Just notice how this feels with your head below your heart. Yeah. Come into your halfway lift. Place your hands onto your low shins. Straighten the back, straighten the legs slightly and look forward in this position, shoulder blades down. We're then going to go back into our forward fold, bending the legs and coming down into this position. Inhale, bend the knees, swoop the arms all the way to the top and release down. So we're going to start our flow now. If at all you need a break, just pause the video. Woohoo! So bring yourself to the top of your mat in this position. Make sure you're grounded through the feet. Make sure belly button's tucked in. Make sure you feel strong here. Every toe is in contact with the floor and you're grounded. You're going to inhale, swoop the arms up, bring the palms together. As you exhale, hinge at the hips. So we're not bending, we're hinging, keeping that spine flat. Come down to your forward fold. Slight bend in knees. Breathe in, come to your halfway lift, and exhale, release down. Hands to the mat, step the left leg back, place the left knee onto the floor, and come into a low lunge. Now for your low lunge, this might be enough here. If this is, you're going to stay in this position, taking nice deep breaths in and out. If you can go any further, you're going to take your hands to your knee, breathe in and out. If not, you're going to swoop them arms all the way to the top. Make sure you're doing this, you're tucking everything in. So we're not sort of arching and just relaxing here. We're bringing the core in, bringing the hip over. We're going in to a nice low lunge position. Maybe look up and just take some deep breaths in and out in this position in your own time. Squeezing the quads, squeezing the glutes. Squeeze everything together. When you're ready, you're going to bring the hands down. You're going to frame the front foot. You're going to tuck the left toes. You're going to bring the knee off, step forward into that forward fold, slight bend in the knees. You're going to inhale to halfway lift, nice flat back. You're then going to exhale, sweep all the way to the top and back to center. So we're going to repeat that on the other side now. So inhale, look up, and exhale, swoop the hands down, hinge at the hips, coming in to your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins, flat back for me. Exhale, forward fold, place the hands down. As you exhale, step the right foot back, bring the right knee down to the mat or the floor. You're either going to hang out here with your hands, maybe your fingertips either side of your foot. You're going to come up higher, or you're going to swoop the arms up, take that lunge with the arms. Make sure we're not arching, make sure we're tucked into the core, nice and tight. And take them breaths here, stretch through the fingers, maybe look up to the ceiling. Inhale and exhale in your own time through the nose and out through the nose. When you're ready, take the hands down. We're going to frame the foot. This time we're going to step back into our downward facing dog. So you're going to tuck the toes, lift the knee, step back, and you go into downward facing dog. So from here, we're going to come into a high lunge. If you can, take the right foot and take it back for me, as high as you can with that foot. Make sure that you're nice and strong in this position. You're then going to bring that right foot, sweep it all the way to the top of the mat. Maybe use your hands to get there. Once you feel strong enough here, if not, you're going to stay in this position. But if you feel strong enough, you're then going to come up in to your high lunge, taking the arms up and above. Make sure in your high lunge, you're tilting here, so you're really active into your core and into your glutes. Come into this high lunge, hold it here for me. A few more breaths. Maybe come lower, see how it feels. Maybe go for some pulses. You know I love these bad boys. So maybe pulse. You might want stillness here. You may want movement. When you're ready, bring the hands back down. Frame the foot. Step back into your downward facing dog. I'm going to go for the next side. We're speeding things up a little bit. Take the left leg. Lift the left leg. Point the toes. Take it as high as you need. You're then going to exhale, step the left leg forward. Once you feel comfortable and grounded, and maybe you want to stay down, which is absolutely fine. If not, go up into your high lunge, swoop the hands forward, make sure you tuck everything in, make sure everything's engaged. Maybe pulse here, or have some stillness. Don't forget to breathe. If you're pulsing, try and bring everything in nice and strong for me. Lovely. If you're in stillness, maybe look to the top. When you're ready, place the hands back down. We're going to step back in to our downward facing dog. I just want you to take a few moments in this downward facing dog to recover with your breath. So take some nice deep breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. 3 or 4 in your own time. Okay. When you're ready, we're going to either jump or walk to the top of the mat. And you're going to come in to that forward facing fold once again. Make sure there's a slight bend in the knee here. Does it feel any different to what it did before? You're a bit more warmed up. Okay. We're going to now come into chair pose. So what I'm going to get you to do is you're going to swoop the hands down, bend through the knees and come up. Now it might be that your arms want to be here. So you're imagining it's a chair behind you, but they're in. So we've got to work hard. Really important in this chair pose, you're not tilting this way. You want to flatten that back. So you're going to bring that pelvic bone forward, okay? Either stay here or bring the arms up here. If you look down, you should still be able to see your toes. It should feel not very nice because it's hard work if you're doing it right. So if you can, try and get a little bit lower. Bring your hands to heart. You're going to take your right elbow, you're going to twist and place it on your left knee. Now this might be enough here. If it is, hang out here. Your quads are going to be burning. I then want you to twist, if you can, to look up above. If this feels okay, you can then, the next level, straighten the arms out here and look up to that top arm. Take a few breaths here. Sorry, your legs are burning. Come back to centre. Prayer position. Release into that forward fold. Let them legs just relax. Ooh. It's a really good leg one. We're doing it right. Well. So we're going to come into the other side now. So we're going to change sides here. Okay, so from your forward fold, make sure the feet are really close together, hip width apart. You're going to swoop the hands. You're going to come into that chair pose. So again, make sure you're tucked under, you're lowering down. As if you're going to perch your booty on something. Now you might want to stay here, the prayer position. To make it harder, you're going to stretch through the hands. Make sure that you're engaged here. Make sure knees are in level and you can see your toes in this position. Okay, once you're grounded and you feel comfortable, so your weight should be through your heels, not your toes. Bring your hands to heart center. As you exhale, turn so your left elbow is on your right leg. This might be enough, this position here, to hang out with. If it's not, you can twist even more. If you want to take it extra, straighten the arms. Ooh. Okay, just hang out here for 2 more breaths. Bring the hands to heart center. Turn back into your forward fold. Now in this forward fold, you're warmed up, you might want to straighten the legs a little bit more. Maybe place the hands onto the floor and just sway the hips from side to side. Ooh. Creating some heat in the body. Okay. From here, take a deep breath in. Come to your halfway lift, flat back. Exhale again, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way to the top and come to stand at the top of your mat. Okay, so we're going to have a little bit of fun now. We're going to do a bit of balance work to finish off on the legs. So we're going to start in a standing position. What I'm going to get you to do, you're going to ground down through the right foot. So to do that, make sure the toes are all in contact, make sure the heel's firmly down. Start to lift the left leg, so maybe onto your tiptoes first. If you need to, hold on to something if you're struggling. Bring that left knee up into this position. Bring your hands to heart centre. Now you can either stay here in this balance, this might be enough. If you want to try it, you're then going to take this left leg, and as you take it back, you're going to lean forwards and come in to warrior three. So in this position here, it's really important the back stays nice and flat. It's really important that you're squeezing through the glutes. So make sure that heel is pointing up and make sure the toes are pointing down. Now you can hang out here. You may want to take the arms forward to play around a little bit. You may want to bring them in. You're going to hold here for 2 more breaths. Ooh, talking and balancing is a multitasking skill. Okay, when you're ready, make sure you don't touch that foot down. You're then going to bring that leg back up into that start position here, okay? If you're feeling up to it, we can go for the next stage. If not, either leave the leg here or place the leg down. What I'm going to get you to do now is in this position, straighten that leg out and hold it. Ooh, so this is a really good burner for the quads, and you'll really feel it. The higher you can get, the better. And what this does, it really pulls and works. This active stretching. Ooh, 2 more breaths. Ooh, and release. Ooh, so not only have you worked this leg because you've been stood on it, you've been working this one as well. How exciting I get. Yes. Right, next side. Let's see if I can balance and not fall over. So you're going to bring, hold up, over this way, hit with that leg up. So I'm this way, it's that leg. Right. I've been over doing surgery. I'd probably chop someone's wrong leg off or something. Okay, ground down through the feet. I'm going to ground to the left foot. Make sure all the toes are in contact with the heels. Lift the right leg up and come in to the Mr. Miyagi position. Hang out here. If not, have fun with that balance. Bring your hands to heart center. Start to lean forward. As you lean forward, take that right leg behind you. Nice and straight, leaning forward. Maybe stay in this position. Maybe have fun with the hands. Maybe take the hands behind you. Squeeze through the glutes. Maybe take the hands in front of you. Wherever you want to be. Make sure the heel is pointing up. The heel's up and the toes are pointing down. Make sure you're strong through that left leg. When you're ready, without touching the floor, bring that leg back up into this position. You can either hang out here or you can rest, or if we're going for option 3, you know what we're doing? We're straightening that right leg. So really pull up, so engage through. Really pull and engage the quads, point the toes towards your face. Active stretching. And release. Oh, well done. Fantastic. So then legs are really feeling it now. Okay. Well done, guys. That was so good. So we're going to make our way down to a seated position. So from here, we're going to roll down through the spine. Are you placing the hands onto the legs for support? As you roll down, each segment of the spine is moving one at a time. Lovely. Once you are here, bringing yourself down into a comfortable seated position. And we're going to finish with a little glute bridge, a little bum lift to finish off them legs today. So roll back, make sure you bring your heels into your bum. So as you lean back, you can actually feel your heels with your hands, okay? We're going to start with lifting the bum up. So what I'm going to get you to do is you're going to tuck your pelvis. So if you actually place your hand under your back, try and squash your hand. That is the first starting position. So what you're going to do is you're going to tuck the belly button in, flatten the back onto the floor. You're then going to start to lift the pelvis up, squeeze the bum, and lift yourself up into this position. Really important here, you're squeezing through your bum, okay? Make sure the legs aren't too wide. Make sure the legs are engaged. And hold in this position here. So this should be your glutes that you can feel working. Okay, lovely. You're either going to release down now and come back up, or you're going to go for some pulses. So you're going to drop, and then you're going to come back up, but squeeze through the bum. You're going to drop halfway, you're then going to squeeze up through the bum. You're then going to drop halfway, you're going to squeeze up through the bum. 2 more. Drop halfway, squeeze up through the bum, and slowly, 1 vertebra at a time, release down. Fantastic. Real. So the next few weeks, we're going to work on some really good progressions with this. So because we've done an uplift there, just bring your knees into your chest here and just rock from side to side. Real. Maybe bring the head up to meet your knees. A nice stretch here. Bringing the feet back down now. I want you to window wipe your feet from left to right. You may want to be fast, you may want to be slow. Taking both legs over to the left-hand side now. You're going to place, if you can, so if this is enough, you hang out here. You're going to straighten the right arm and look to your right side. If you want a further deep stretch here, you're going to place your left foot on top of your right knee. So actually what that's doing is helping to bring you into more of a twist. Make sure the arms are straight, looking over the right side. And just take some nice deep breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. When you're ready, return to centre. Take the legs to the right hand side now. Now this might be enough, you want to hang out here. If you want to deepen that stretch, take your right foot, put it on top of your left knee and let it drop. So you get a big side stretch down here. You're then going to look towards the left hand, make sure your shoulders are flat, and just take a few deep breaths in this position. Breathe into the side body. When you're ready, return to centre. In your own time, you're going to bring yourself to come to sit up. So to finish, we're going to work on some box breathing technique. So make yourself as comfortable as possible. So sometimes what's really good for this is to actually be a bit more elevated, to actually place in a pillow underneath or a yoga brick or whatever you need to help with this box breathing. So in a cross-legged position or whatever's comfortable for you, just place your hands onto your knees, just relax the shoulders down, maybe give them a little bit of a squeeze out and a move, okay. Try and be as comfortable as you can. I need you to close off your eyes and just notice your breathing now. Notice the natural rise and fall of your rib cage, of your abdomen. Maybe the heart rate's more at the moment and you can feel more beating. Maybe there is more rise and fall because the lungs are breathing more. Just bring your awareness to how you feel now. Any heat in your body. So we're going to do some box breathing. So with your eyes closed, I want you to imagine a square in front of you. Each side of the square represents 4 seconds. What we will do, we will inhale for 4. We will then exhale for 4. and repeat. We will then do an inhale for 4, a hold of the breath for 4, and an exhale for 4. So we're going to start all together and then I'm going to keep counting you in. So inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Your next inhale we're going to hold. So inhale through the nose, push the belly out, hold it there for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. And return to your normal breath. So this is something that you can do in your own time. You can then add, you might start with 3 seconds, you might then start with 4, 5, and the aim is to build up to a 6-second square, and that can really help to focus on that nice deep breathing and to help calm the body down. So you can pause the video and continue this, maybe working up to 5 and 6 seconds. We do say with this, if you feel dizzy, you will stop. And just go with what your body's telling you. Sometimes I've done practices where I've just not wanted to breathe for 3 seconds, and actually just my own inhale and exhale has been enough. So go with what's right with you, and it's really good to practice some breathing techniques to help, especially with these sort of practices. I hope you all enjoyed that. Thank you for practicing with me today. And I will see you all next week for another session. A bit more stretching next week. So we've got a bit more strengthening because last week was a little bit chilled and lots of stretches. So next week, we're going for some stretch. So hopefully see you all there. Thank you.